It's always puzzled me trying to figure out, when I read that something has 100 calories in it. I mean, what is a calorie? Well, I made it my mission this week to find out. A calorie is actually a unit of energy. Specifically, it's the amount of energy it takes to increase 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Calories fuel our bodies, allowing all of our important organs to work. They're like our gasoline. The amount of calories in food is a measure of how much potential energy it has. For instance, 1 gram of carbohydrates has 4 calories. 1 gram of protein also has 4 calories, but 1 gram of fat actually has 9 calories. So if you look at the nutrition label on an item of food, you should find that the total carbohydrates times 4 plus the total proteins times 4 plus the total fat times 9 should roughly equal the total number of calories in that particular item. Companies tend to round off the total calories, usually down. Now, there are 3 main factors involved in calculating how many calories your body needs per day. Those are your basal metabolic rate, physical activity, and thermal effect of the food you eat. Your basal metabolic rate, or BMR, shows you how many calories you need to take in just to fuel the essential parts of your body: heart, lungs, kidneys, brain, and so forth. Lots of things can influence your BMR, including age, weight, and gender. The most accurate way to determine your BMR is to use the Harris-Benedict formula. For males, the formula is 66 plus 6.3 times weight in pounds plus 12.9 times height in inches minus 6.8 times age in years. For females, the formula is 655 plus 4.3 times weight in pounds plus 4.7 times height in inches minus 4.7 times age in years. Women start with 655 as opposed to the men's 66, as studies have shown that the BMR in women is less dependent on height and weight. The second factor in determining your recommended daily calorie intake is physical activity. Now, physical activity isn't just working out and exercising. It's also doing simple tasks such as going and doing the dishes, walking to get the mail, or even typing on a keyboard. Anything in which you use a muscle burns calories. To continue on our guide to calculating calorie intake, take your BMR and multiply it based on the following. If you get little to no physical activity, multiply your BMR by 1.2. If you do light physical activity or only exercise 1 or 2 days a week, multiply your BMR by 1.375. If you do moderate physical activity or exercise 3 to 5 days a week, multiply your BMR by 1.55. If you experience heavy physical activity or you're basically exercising daily, multiply your BMR by 1.725. And finally, if you experience very heavy physical activity, such as a big workout routine twice a day, multiply your BMR by 1.9. You should write the number that you get down, as you're going to need it one more time. The third and final factor in assessing your recommended daily calorie intake is the thermic effect of food. Now, this is how much energy it takes to break down the foods that we're eating. That's right, even eating, which is basically just taking in calories, burns calories. So take that magic number that you've got and multiply it by 1.1. as it takes about 10% of the calories in food to break down the food that we're eating into its basic elements. This new number is your recommended daily calorie intake. Care to share yours in the comments? Please feel free. Personally, mine's well over 3,000, and to be honest with you, that's kind of embarrassing. However, it should be noted that I'm doing something about it, so hopefully that number will come down considerably. It's also worth noting that studies have also shown that this basic calculation is not as effective in people as overweight as I am. So now that we know how to calculate our recommended daily calorie intake, let's take a look at how calories can fluctuate weight. Now, weight can fluctuate based on a number of different factors, but for today we're just going to focus on calories alone. If you take in more calories than your body needs per day, you will gain weight, obviously. Likewise, if you take in less calories than your body needs, then you will lose weight. To put that in numbers, you'd have to take in, on average, an excess of 3,500 calories to gain 1 pound. That's basically taking in 500 calories more than you need every day for a week. But on the other hand, if you were to take in 500 calories less every day, you would lose, on average, 1 pound a week. Okay, so now to make this really easy, if your recommended daily intake is 2,500 calories. Then if you take in 3,000 calories, you're going to gain a pound a week. But if you take in only 2,000 calories, you're going to lose a pound a week. Pretty simple. Now, I'm not recommending that you run out and start counting all your calories. I mean, you have to do what's comfortable for you. It's not just about the amount of calories you're taking in. It's also about what types of food you're eating, the nutrition you're getting from that food, and of course, how active you are. Thank you so much for watching and taking this little journey with me. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. And also, if you have any ideas for future Vaylin Health videos, please leave them in the comments. I'd like to know that, we're sharing this journey together, and I'd like to benefit from some of your expertise. So if you have any ideas, or if you have a successful weight loss story, please feel free to leave a video response or comments below, and I'd be happy to go through all of them. I always read all the comments, so please go ahead and do that. Thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you next time in Vaylin Health. Hey, here's a fun end screen fact. When you see calories on a food label, what you're looking at isn't actually the number of calories, but the number of kilocalories. See, for every kilocalorie, there's 1,000 small calories, but for some reason, the food companies just decided to put it in kilocalories, but still call it calories. So technically, when you see 100 calories in something, you're actually looking at 100,000 calories. That's kind of trippy.